Footballers, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Xavi, as it has been reported that the Barca boss will spare no effort to sign a top defensive midfielder. Two names are currently on his agenda. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Pablo Torre, as the Barca starlet is reportedly closer to a loan exit. Club staff are unhappy with off-field behavior, according to Gerard Romero. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification so you always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch the video right up to the very end. After an endless period oscillating between the options of on his table, Sergio Busquets opted to call it time on his career at Barcelona. His final decision came early in May, and it is now certain that he is playing his final games in the legendary Garnet and Blue. His departure leaves a void in the squad that is difficult, if not impossible, to fill. While Frankie de Jong and Eric Garcia can theoretically play in the same position, Xavi thus demands an able replacement from the market. According to reports from Javi Miguel, Barcelona will spare no effort in signing a top defensive midfielder come June. At the moment, two names appear well placed on the club's list, that is Martin Zubimendi and Joshua Kimmich. The former featured at Spotify Camp Nou at the weekend and was an integral part of Real Sociedad's 2-1 win over the Catalans. Purely in terms of profile, he is one of the few players in the world who can fill Busquets' shoes. His 60 million euro rated release clause has deterred the Catalans from pursuing him so far. But the latest report adds that Barcelona are not ruling out the possibility of playing it. Kimmich, on the other hand, is a more distant target. The Bayern Munich star is technically off the market from the Bavarians' perspective and could arrive in Catalonia if he pushes for a departure. Needless to say, his arrival would be more of an economically fatiguing operation. Kimmich is understood to be Xavi's dream signing for the midfield and will be attempted if the player shows positive signs of pushing the transfer. Earlier today, Xavi Hernandez spoke about both transfer targets in his pre-match press conference but refused to dive into the chances of signing them. He said, Kimmich is a spectacular player, one of the best in the world in his position. Zubimendi, I do not want to be disrespectful towards Sociedad because their director was upset about me talking about him. Apart from these two stars, we have heard names such as Sofian Amrabat and Ruben Neves, who have also been linked, but it seems like Xavi and Barca are focused on signing one of either Kimmich or Zubimendi. Of course, the chase for DM this summer will be the most talked about. There's no doubt about that, especially as Busquets finally called time on his career at Barcelona. Of course, Xavi's target have been Zubimendi. There's no secret about that. But it looks as though the operation for Martin Zubimendi will be so tough to crack. And we can even hear in today's press conference, he even refused to call Martin Zubimendi's name because he told the press that, look, the last time I spoke about this guy, their director was not happy with me. He was angry that I'm not respecting their club. So Xavi was not talking about him today, even though he was asked about Zubimendi. But of course, Zubimendi is a player that Xavi likes a lot, and he's open to a move to Barca, but he always tell the interviewers that, look, I still have a contract at Sociedad and I want to stay here for as long as possible. But Barcelona does not look like giving up anytime soon. And also Joshua Kimmich, who have been more recently linked, Barcelona really want to get him by all means from the look of things. But Bayern's stance is very tough. As I said, they don't even if it's 100 million euro, Bayern have already told Barca that they won't sell Kimmich for anybody for any amount. And that is when things are even getting more rough. That, like, who now are we getting as Busquets replacement? There have been talk of Sofian Amrabat as well and Ruben Neves. But are we sure we're getting any of them? Because honestly, now as it stands, Joshua Kimmich and Martin Zubimendi looks like the toughest that it will be very difficult to sign, to be honest, except Barcelona really cover their eyes, you know. And those are two young lads who can add a lot in the years to come. But the fact is, financially, will Barca be able to cope with it? I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. So let's see who Barca finally go there, because the DM now is a priority. Xavi even confirmed it today in his press conference that it is not the right back. DM for Barca will be a priority in the summer ahead, which means that first thing in their head will be DM before Messi or whatever can come now into the fray for the transfer target. Then on to the final story of discussion. The lack of minutes this season for Pablo Torre at Barcelona has been a major source of frustrations for the fans. The 19-year-old arrived at the club last summer, snubbing Real Madrid to move to Spotify Camp Nou. Torre was drafted into the first team dynamics by manager Xavi Hernandez right away. However, what has followed is the young Spaniard has been left warming the benches for almost the entirety of the season, with a sporadic appearance coming here and there. Heading into the summer window, there have been reports that Torre could be loaned out, although the midfielder wishes to stay put and fight for his place in the side. However, according to the latest update from Gerard Romero, Pablo Torre is closer to leaving Barcelona on loan deal for the next season. The journalist states that the club's technical staff was not pleased with some of his off-field behavior during his debut season in La Liga. This is not the first time that reports about concerns over Torre's behavior have surfaced. Manager Xavi Hernandez had downplayed those last month, saying, I've read that Pablo has bad habits, and that's not true. He's involved and he's very well liked in the dressing room. He's a very good lad. He has competition and is playing minutes in the Barca first team, which is a lot. I expect him to be important in the future, Xavi said. Since joining Barca, Pablo Torre has played just 11 times in all competitions and has not started a single La Liga match. The midfielder, who has 1 goal and 1 assist to his name, was not given any opportunities even during the time when Pedro was out injured. And if Romero is to be believed, the 19-year-old seems headed for a loan exit in the upcoming transfer window. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.